Okay, so we've got Kamen Rider Zi-O episode 12 and Lupinranger versus Patranger episode 41 to go through today. And yes, let's go and get this guy out of the way first, as is per usual here. So yeah, it turns out that today's episode is the most overly complicated, almost overly convoluted double mint gum commercial ever. Okay, so yeah, like I said last time, it turns out that the future Sogol that we've been seeing so far, the one with the one in the blue shirt, is he's a time paradox duplicate sent 3 days for the future by God Coda. Yeah, basically, I'm not. Kota decided to send Sogol back in time to help him save Gates, even though it seems like he was going to do that anyway when another guy was defeated, but or maybe it was to do something that would help preserve him, or I don't. Why would he need to send Sogo back 3 days into the future just to give him a cheat sheet? Because yeah, that's basically all future Sogo does. All he does is just basically just swapping it out whenever his past or his present self was off doing something else, trying to figure out what he already knew, and basically was just leaving Tsukuyomi and leaving behind like little cheat sheets to basically figure out how to get the Gaim Ride Watch, where another Gaim is, how things are supposed to play out. Basically just condensing things so that they wouldn't have to go and go through as much trouble as they would normally have to. And yeah, apparently both Waz and Tsukiyomi are definitely as livid as the audience about this because, well, yeah, not only was this future Soko completely unnecessary, if he was already going to, as we saw last episode, he was already fighting off against another Gaim. He had Gaim's Ride Watch, so this time paradox duplicate is just completely utterly pointless. Um. Yeah, oh god, this is getting stupid. And yeah, although it is sort of worth it just to see Sogo and future Sogo do this little, again, do the double big gun commercial act where, yeah, it's just like an Austin. Although, oh yeah, when I was seeing this, I was just thinking of that scene where Austin Powers and the spy who shagged me went back in time like a couple of minutes ago, to go and save Felicity. He's like, "You are sexy. We are sexy. We are sexy bitches. Yes." Although at least there, that was the point. Yeah, one Austin could go and take care of Doctor Evil, while future Austin could go and save Felicity. And yeah, this wasn't really needed. Yeah, we see like at the end of the episode, once another guy was defeated, everyone that he tossed into the Helheim Forest just gets tossed back to the real world. So this alternate Sogo to go and give current Sogo these pointless little extra tips. Again, he would have figured it out on his own like 3 days from now. So what was it like taking too long or something, or what was Coda? Like God Coda have a personal stake in this? I don't know. And well, yeah, Kota says that this all has to do with well, basically, Sogo needs Gates because, well, yeah, Gates is still determined to prevent Omazio from coming about, and he just again and yeah, Gates's stake in this is called out again by Kaido, but again, I think he's got more than enough motivation to stop this guy. But if it's conflicting with how Sogo is now to what he might become, which is yeah, this is oh god, this yeah, again, seeing all your friends and family die at the hands of the psychopath, I think that gives someone more than enough reason to go and risk screwing up the time-space continuum just to go and stop this. Stop. I mean, it's the classic kill Hitler scenario. Yeah, just go back in time and kill Hitler, or just make sure that he stays in art school. Stay in school, kids. But okay, this definitely seems to be more like the old keep Hitler in art school argument, since, yeah, he knows that Sogo is a good guy, and he does want to use the powers of Kamen Rider Zi-O to, basically protect people, but, and yeah, even Even Sogo admits that he wants Gates around to make sure that he doesn't become the tyrant of the future. And yeah, this combined with all the stuff that he didn't know, which he should know, this kind of drives Waz to go out on his own and, well, basically do something for His Majesty's own good. That being collaborating with Schwartz. Later on when there's 3 days Kota and there's present Soga. Sorry. Anyways, present Sogo goes with Tsukiyomi over to Droppers in order to run into mortal Kota in order to make sure that he gets his hands on the Gaim Ride Watch, because the one that future Sogo has, he can't just give it to him. Things have to play out as they. But wait, why would they need to have things play out if he already has the Gaim Ride Watch? Oh God. This is, actually stopping and thinking about all this just makes my head hurt. At this point, I'm almost expecting Funny Valentine to just show up and say, dude, stop, you're making my head explode. I'm guessing that's the reason why President Sogo needed to get the Ride Watch, because, I don't know, maybe something like D4C would happen if two of the Ride Watches existed simultaneously. It just... And apparently, when President Sogo goes to talk to Kota, that's when Ashura shows up and fights him as another Gaim, which convinces Kota to go and give Sogo not only the Gaim Ride Watch, but the Suika Ride Gadget Watch. It's just like the Taka Watch Roid that we got during the Ozark. Yeah, just like with the last one where it takes the form of the Taka Canroid, this one takes the form of a little teeny tiny Suika arms. And it's really tiny, really, really fast, but it's basically just like a good, and also it kind of serves as like a little, like a drone or something like that. Because once Sogo was fighting against another Gaim, Schwartz, on his little tip-off from Waz, grabs the Gaim Ride Watch and tosses it into the Helheim Forest. Where only another Gaim has access to, so they're pretty much screwed. But the Suika droid manages to hop into the crack with it and deliver the Gaim Ride Watch to Gates. And basically both Sogos go and give Gates a little speech about how, yes, we need you to make sure that this is what I was actually looking for. This is basically the moment where Superman gives Batman the kryptonite ring. I can't help but think that this is actually them trying to convey that moment. But again, the 3-day future Sogo is completely unnecessary. I mean, what? Without alternate Sogo, they wouldn't have been able to figure out where Gates was sent to. I think that the crack in time and space would be enough of a bit of an indication. But whatever. Yeah, after Kaido goes and gives Gates another lecture about his convictions or whatever. Yeah, Gates manages to, find a crack in the Helheim Forest, uses the Gaim Ride. Well, he doesn't gain the powers of Gaim. He just somehow uses it with his belt or something like that, and manages to break through the crack. And now that President Sogo has the Gaim Ride Watch, his future self can go back to 2013, and both Sogos manages to defeat another Gaim in both simultaneously. So again, was this alternate Sogo really necessary? And we don't even know what happens to him at the end of the episode. And it's especially confusing since, somehow when another Gaim was defeated, God Kota and his weird, crumbling space in between spaces world just disappears. What? Because I thought that since he was a god that he was immune to the effects of another Gaim, and this makes my head hurt on so many levels. But there's some decent character reactions here, and yes, even Gates manages to come back with the chicken. So there's that. Though more interestingly is what we deal with Waz here. We actually see what he's like when he doesn't have all the answers, and yeah, that he's more than willing to go off script against his master's wishes to make sure that he stays in line. Yeah, no, it's for your own good. I know what's best. I've seen it. Yeah, you've seen it all right. A world that's decimated in hellfire, run by a glittering gold psycho. So yeah, he's basically going to be taking matters into his own hands, and yeah, as we see for the previews of the next episode, apparently Waz is going to be collaborating more with the Time Jackers, even though he was chastising future Sogo earlier for his time travel nonsense, saying that that's exactly what the Time Jackers would do, and he knows that the Time Jackers are trying to kill Sogo and instill their own Zi-O, and David.exe has crashed. Please reboot. Please reboot. Please reboot. Please reboot. Ugh. Oh, Christ on a bike. When you stop and think about this, it just gets. I mean, I wasn't even planning on this when I was talking about this. Again, when I actually stop and say it out loud, it just does. Oh my god. Oh, and yeah, speaking of next episode, the destroyer of hope has come at last. Yeah, next time Masahiro Inoue returns as Tsukasa Kadoya, Kamen Rider Decade. And yeah, he's got himself a new pink Deca driver. And yeah, since there's been like 10 or so riders or 9 or so riders that have come after him, he's got some new rider cards to play with. Yep. Tsukasa's come back, and he's going to be giving Sogo the Decade Ride Watch, which is the key to Zi-O's new super forms, which is basically harnessing the power of other riders' super forms. I mean, let's see, from what we've seen so far, he has, like, I think only one that's actually usable right now, the Tajado Ride Watch. But again, this is gonna, oh god, this is gonna make my head hurt. And you know what? Hang on. Moving on to something just a little less complicated. Yeah, Lupinranger vs. Patranger, episode 41. Yeah, unlike Zi-O, this one is a lot more straightforward. Let's see, Destra has, well, basically, the big boss has come in, brought him into his chambers after he's basically been sequestered in his own room after his constant failures. And he's like, Destra, I gotta admit, kid, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry for. Look, I have the feeling that if I hadn't been selfish enough to bring you to my side, you'll be the one sitting on this chair right now. You'll be the one who's been leading the gang laws. I took that opportunity from you, kid, and I'm sorry. Yeah, basically, Destra is still basically he's just been sequestering himself because again his constant failures makes him think that he's basically unworthy of Don Dograndio. Basically, he's sequestered himself in his shame, and now the Don's like, okay, kid, look, I know I haven't been fair to you. You've basically been holding yourself back. If you hadn't been by my side for so long, you'd be the one running the show right now. So basically, he asked him, do you want to go and take care of this on your own? And so yeah, Destra is now in full rampage mode. And his plan is to basically go and lure the Patrangers and the Lupinrangers, basically toss them into the Ganglar dimension where he could just pick them off at his leisure. Well, actually, no. Oh, no, scratch that. His real plan is to basically bring them over to, drag them before Don Del Grandio and kill them right in front of him as an offering. So, yeah. His plan is to do this by basically opening up, like, sort of like water like wormholes or something in the fabric of space and just launching his missiles at them so that the knockback would force them back. And yeah, this works on, first it manages to work on both Tuma and Tsukasa, sorry. Something else, and Kairi and Keiichiro and Umika and Sakuya, those two pairs are starting to gel more a little bit and actually be, instead of one trying to be overly friendly and the other one trying to repel him because of his brother issues, and the other one, coming off too strong. Well, they're at least on the levels of, hey, we're buds now. Not so much with Tsukasa and Tuma because, While Tuma's still the overly cautious one, he knows that if they let their guards down with the Patrangers at any minute, they could be exposed, and yeah, their entire operation's a bust. And yeah, this is especially bad since yeah, now that he and Tsukasa are stuck together in the Ganglar world, yeah, oh, well, it's basically just like what happened with when Kyrie was stuck with Keiichiro. Yeah, he can't transform around Tsukasa, otherwise the jig's up. But then again, he kind of unfortunately had to go and expose himself a little bit. He didn't transform in front of her, but they got attacked by some Padaman in the forest, aka near that exact same site that Toei always uses for ruins. Yeah, you know which one I'm talking about. You see it, if you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. Anyways, yeah, they got cornered by some Padaman, and Tsukasa, having already been injured from her attack for her battle with Destra, yeah, let's see, I forgot what's the name of the gun that they use again. Their Kaito changer or whatever it is. Let's see, hang on. Just gonna look up the name here. Yeah, just sorry about this. Just gotta take a look at the name here, or the weapons that they use here. Hold on a second. Here we are. Arsenal. Oh yeah, the versus changer. Yeah, right. So yeah, Tsukasa's versus changer gets tossed into the air. Tuma grabs it, and yeah, he shoots down the Potamon. And yeah, again, Tsukasa has constantly been shown to be the most competent, most aware, and most perceptive of the Patrangers. So yeah, yeah, I know I've said this like everyone said this multiple times before, but yeah, again, this isn't exactly something she's just gonna leave behind. Yeah, she knows that something's up with them. She suspected them since day one when they got their first clue, and yeah, it only took constant misdirection on the Lupinranger's parts to throw them off the trail. But yeah, all the evidence is stacking up, and and yeah, it's gonna be she's gonna figure it out sooner or later, especially since well this is like the last arc. There's like only a couple of episodes left, so it's got to happen sooner or later. Yeah, especially considering that yeah, Tuma isn't exactly happy with the Patrangers getting more friendly with the Lupinrangers since, well, yeah, he mentions, when they were doing, like I said before, when they were doing investigations on them, trying to figure out if they were the Lupinrangers, then, maybe they hadn't noticed a couple of small details like their loved ones getting killed by Zamigo, and, thinking like possible motive, or basically, if he doesn't want them getting too close because, well, if the Patrangers get hurt or killed, then yeah, that's just another stabbing in the heart. More of their friends and loved ones killed by these psychos. And yeah, they don't. Yeah, Tuma especially since he lost his fiance, he doesn't want that to happen. He doesn't want to feel that hurt again. And yeah, anyways, the remaining Rangers try and take on Destra, but of course he manages to knock them back into the Ganglar world too. Yeah, he manages to knock out Keiichiro and Sakuya, but they actually get themselves some help from Zamigo, since yeah, Zamigo might be out to take care of the Rangers, but he absolutely hates Destra, so he opens up a portal to send all four of them back. Oh, okay. Tsukasa and Tuma don't see him, but well, they run into the two after he opens up the portal for them and just leaves. Is like, yeah, later. Tell Destra he sucks. So yeah, they managed to. Yeah, they figured that. Oh yeah, back with the fight, it's down to Kairi, Noelle, and Umika, and they figured that since Destra has two gold faults, they figured that his incredible power comes from Lupin collection pieces that he has. But anyone who's been paying attention knows that he's been giving his pieces out to various Ganglar and their schemes. So when they look inside of his double gold vaults, they actually see nothing there, which is gonna pretty much gonna come back to bite them once the next episode rolls up. And yeah, it's heavily hinted for the previews in the next episode that Destra's going to get 2 new collection pieces in his vaults. So, yeah, whether they accidentally think that Destra's going in there empty-handed again, or yeah, if they think he's fighting empty-handed again without demonstrating any new Lupin collection piece powers, they could accidentally kill him. But then again, Destra is a very durable son of a bitch. So, yeah, even taking on the range, the Lupin. Let's see, the combined power blasts of let's see, Super Lupin X, Super Patranger Red, Super Lupin Red, and the Patranger whatever their three fusion combo thing is. Yeah, that wasn't enough to put him down. And yeah, keep in mind, he's still this powerful, even without any Lupin collection pieces in his vaults augmenting his power. So yeah, basically, next time, it's going to be the final confrontation with Destra. And whether he actually has collection pieces or not, well, we're going to see. I can probably see this lasting at least like 1 or 2 more episodes. Alright, so yeah, Kamen Rider Zi-O. Zi-O is just it's painful to recount. And yeah, Lupinranger versus Patranger, we're finally starting to wrap this dog and pony show up. So, alright, catch y'all next week. Till then, see you when I see ya.